Hi, I'm Lisa Leiter. Here's what's happening in Chicago business today. The business world is buzzing about Borders canceling its bankruptcy auction and shutting its doors. Borders could not find a buyer willing to keep it in business. The closing will affect the company's 14 remaining Chicago area stores, including several high-profile locations like the flagship store on State Street. Eddie Babe is here to talk more about the real estate implications of the Borders shutdown. Eddie, thanks for being here. What are brokers telling you about the potential for some of these locations?
Yeah, the remaining stores, because they've shut down about as many as they have left already. The remaining stores are obviously their best locations that they have here. So the interest will be pretty good, and the timing actually comes at a time when we've already gone through some major wipeouts of the retail industry with Circuit City and right out of the recession. So interest will be good. The trick is many of these stores are two levels, some even more than two levels. That's really something retailers don't like to do, if they don't have to. Your store on State Street, that's a great corner, it's a prime location. It certainly comes at a time, though, when the street right across the street there's a vacant space from a store that went out. So it's going to be a challenge, it's going to take some time, but there will definitely be interest in these sites. The trick is what kind of retailer will go there.
Immediately, what kind of impact will this have on State Street? We just got news, obviously, that Target is going to come there. This is a blow to State Street after some positive news.
It's certainly a setback. It is true that both the downtown retail districts and the city in general have sort of outperformed a lot of other retail areas. And just when you think, we're back, the momentum is good, you have this kind of a setback. So what they're hoping for is, like the Borders on Michigan Avenue was backfilled very quickly with Topshop, a new apparel merchant. I think they're hopeful that's going to happen, but again, this is a big space, it's a prime corner, there's a vacancy across the street from it in the old Loman store, so it's definitely a setback.
Okay, Eddie, we'll have to wait and see. Thanks so much. Borders filed for Chapter 11 protection back in February and has closed 16 stores here this year. Well, some disappointing news in the industrial real estate market. The vacancy rate for warehouse and factory space rose in the second quarter as demand dropped. The rate rose to 11.8% in the Chicago area, and while that's an increase from the beginning of the year, it's still down slightly from the same period a year ago. Several large leases have expired, and some industry watchers do expect some improvement in the second half of the year as developers are starting to scout for new projects and some manufacturers are looking to buy buildings for their own use. A group of All-State agents could end up joining a national union. The National Association of Professional All-State Agents will vote later this summer on whether to join the Office and Professional Employees International Union as a guild. The group represents 1,000 agents, and joining that group could give them a stronger voice in fighting company threats to fire them for missed sales goals, which they say are increasingly difficult to meet because of rising rates. And finally, looking for a little breeze to beat the heat? Well, for $10,000 a night, you can sleep under the stars atop the Affinia Hotel. It's called the Inside Out Suite, and it includes private access to the 29th floor, a king-size bed outside the Sea View rooftop lounge, a private butler and security, not to mention private dining. There's also an indoor suite included too, just in case air conditioning is more your style. Well, that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. You can read more about these stories at chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.